Hey, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is LittleLadyKiwi, and you might be noticing something new. It's my new model! I actually debuted my model several weeks ago. If you missed that debut stream, the VOD is still up on my YouTube channel. Just go to the live section and you can watch it from beginning to end for the entire 3-hour chaos that it was. But today we are going to be reacting to a video that I found called Judging D&D AITAH Posts. I assume this is a little bit more of a podcast-esque video, but it's D&D related and I really wanted to watch it and I thought you guys would enjoy it as well. So with that being said, let's get on with the video.
Welcome to the Twisted Pint Tavern. Today we've got Luke Goblin back to check out some D&D Am I the Asshole moments, so buckle up, it's gonna be a fun one.
Hey, thanks for having me back to the Twisted Pint Tavern.
Their characters are so cute!
We're also doing this anyway. Let's get into the stories. Wizard complains about being targeted. Am I the asshole? Simply
I just want to say it right now, I feel like all wizards act like this, where they always feel like they're the target, but really, we all know what they're doing.
put, a wizard in my campaign decided to be an evocation wizard so they could sling spells everywhere and not nuke the party. No big deal, I thought. Then he started using fireball in literally every single situation. Talking to an important but powerful NPC, I don't like his attitude. I want to cast fireball. Merchant won't give away items. I'm gonna steal it. I cast fireball centered on the merchant. Group of
That's very, I don't care about how big the room is. I cast fireball.
enemies, guessed it, fireball. But oh shit, half them survived and decide to all attack the wizard who just nuked their platoon? That's targeting! Why are all the range guys shooting me? Sleeping Hydra, though one head is awake because Hydra, casts fireball before anyone can stop them. Why is the Hydra ignoring the others and charging me?
I wonder why. I wonder why. Oh, I hate players like this. I have a pet peeve with players who literally use any spell to abuse any system that they are in. Anyways, let's continue.
They didn't attack nor entered combat. There is blood and gore in the hallway and the rogue says there are traps. Duh. Fireball casted and walks forward. Shocked the traps triggered by pressure plates go off anyway. No way, I burned all the triggers. Giant unknown
That's
crystal
not how
golem
that
just
works! That's not how that works!
standing in a room and not moving? Fireball. Golem shoots back a lightning bolt from its head. Why did it attack me? Technically, yes, I'm targeting the wizard because he's attacking everyone with obvious and flashy attacks.
He deserved it. He deserved it. I'm just saying.
But am I an asshole for it? Honestly, the other players told me I should kill him off. I would, but the cleric heals him, as his character is like that even though the player wants to fucking kick the wizard's ass IRL.
Yeah, right off the bat, I can understand the frustration that the Dungeon Master has here. This guy has seen, you know, the memes online about casting fireball, and he's just living out that class fantasy nonstop. A few of these are great, you know, a group of enemies, he's gonna cast a fireball into it, totally makes sense, but then him complaining about being targeted in turn is super weird. When you
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's weird necessarily. I think it's more so just of like main character syndrome is what I'm gathering here. To pitch in my 2 cents, I think there needs to be a very serious conversation between the player and the DM, and then also making sure that the DM makes everyone else involved know that abusing any sort of spell is not okay.
start a 5v1 and 5 people fire back, you can't be mad that there's 5 arrows. That's not targeting, they just all have bows, you know?
This person clearly just doesn't have that ability to understand, hey, maybe I shouldn't have done that, and this is what happened as a result.
Yeah, this guy quite literally can't take back what he's dishing out, and it is super weird. One shout out just to the story. I think a sleeping Hydra with one like head on watch is super funny. Just in general as a concept, I might have to steal that.
Especially if it's always the same head, so like the other heads are all completely normal, but then there's just this one really sleep deprived groggy head that like, has disadvantage on all of its attacks. I think that would be hilarious.
No, that would definitely be great. And there's a few ones in here where the wizard, he's not being just a wizard, he's being a murder hobo, right? Like firing at the merchant.
Well, and
Yes!
the cleric always healing him because that's his.
Because that's the cleric's job. Is it not? Is it not? Is it not the cleric's job to make sure people are healed? Am I wrong?
Character, even though the player wants him out. I get not bringing the out of game stuff into the game, but even in that moment, like, I feel like if I was playing a cleric and there was a wizard doing that stuff in the group, I'd be like, look, dude, you have murdered countless people that didn't deserve it, and you're always running in, getting us in trouble in combats by blasting them first. At this point, I think you're just baggage. And
Yeah, he is just baggage. But he does have a good point. I mean, I think it is the cleric's job, but you can totally be in a character, like in character being like, what you're doing is against my god's wishes, unless this cleric is like cool with death. Because I mean, there is, I don't know, guys, I'm still new at D&D, okay? But there are like death gods and murder gods and afterlife gods that clerics can worship, right? So like this wizard doing all of these death things for the cleric to heal him because he's doing exactly what his god wants is probably valid, but we don't know that for sure. Yeah, we don't know that for sure.
And just not heal them. Let the problem resolve itself that way.
Yeah, I don't think anyone in this story can be like the asshole here besides the wizard. So the fact that like the dungeon master's even asking, I always think it's a good sign when a dungeon master seeks a second opinion, even when it seems like it should be obvious that they're in the right, just because it shows a sign that they're always willing to change and grow. This player probably would not be making the same post.
Yeah, and then in the edits
Agreed.
After this post, he also mentions that they've talked to the player several times about this, and their response was,
Oh my gosh, he talked to, I forgot that was a point that was made. He was talked to several times about this, being like, bro, stop, get some help. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
It's what my character would do. And they're bringing that in, it's what my character would do. Then again, going back to the cleric, my character wouldn't heal you then. Sorry, bud, you're not the kind of
unless their god was about murder and death.
Person that my cleric wants to advent. Yeah, so I think my rating is not the asshole. I mean, the DM is trying to tell the wizard that his actions have consequences. The wizard isn't picking up on it. And yeah, if you are wearing bright mage robes and you walk into a room and you cast a fireball centered on the room, it doesn't matter that you have other people with you in your party. You are going to be the #1 priority to take down because they don't want you to nuke them again.
Yeah, no, exactly. Am I the asshole?
Okay, yeah, I completely agree. The DM was not the a-hole. Agreed.
For telling the newbie wizard to not AoE the party. So we're a group of really old friends that has never played a campaign together, but we all, except for one, have many years of experience playing.
Ooh, okay.
Our one new player does really well, but is falling into some new player trappings. More on that in a moment. We started the House of Lament a couple of weeks ago, and we just hit level 2. Our dungeon master tosses us into an encounter with 5 Grumiskas right after a long rest, and our newbie wizard figures out pretty fast that spells are bad. Excellent.
Yeah.
The fight doesn't go so well, however, as we are missing almost everything, and the Grums are hitting everything, including a crit that one-shots our bard, we're frustrated and tensions are rising. I acknowledge here that I got a bit frustrated, so you can assume I probably had a frustrated tone of voice, even if I was trying not to. I'm a grave cleric, so our bard going down isn't the end of the world, but our newbie wizard declares on his turn that he's going to cast sleep right in the middle of the fray, which would have targeted 3 Grums and 3 PCs, including our barbarian.
Okay.
Me and another player spoke up and asked him not to do that.
Okay.
I think I said something to the effect of, "This is the kind of shit that leads to an idiotic TPK. Do what you want, but please don't cast AoE spells on the party." We didn't cast it, and we went on to clean up the fight after our DM decided to have mercy on us.
Well, that was
the player
nice.
sent a group text saying that they don't like how we jumped on newbie for trying to cast sleep, that we should have let him do it, and that it might have worked out. Me, tired, frustrated, responded basically, "Sorry I was a jerk about it, but seriously, don't do that shit." And the newbie responded, "I get it, sorry guys. Did I bully the newbie? Am I the asshole?"
So the first thing,
Okay, my 2 cents before we go into it. I'm a newbie, but I don't know why it was such a big deal about casting sleep. And it could be just because I'm newbie and don't know anything. But like, what was the big deal? What was the big deal? Okay.
I want to address is the fact that a new player wanting to cast sleep in the middle of everything, which would target 3 out of 5 enemies and then 3 PCs, is definitely not the like ideal. But if you've
Wait, it would have targeted like other playable characters too, so it would have made okay, I think I understand a little bit.
already got people down, and let's say you've got 5 players in the party and 3 of them, including one that's already down, would be technically affected by sleep, and then 2 of them wouldn't be, and it turns it into a 2v2, that could actually be a really tactical thing to do, because if it's a
he's got a point.
5v4 or turning into a 5v3, but you can make it a 2v2 and take those guys out, that could actually lead to a success instead of a TPK. But coming from a new player, their thought might not have been along those lines. It probably was just not really understanding how sleep works.
Yeah, I think the logic definitely plays a big role in here, and it seems like, to your point, one of the players even mentioned that, hey, it could have worked out. So even he thought maybe there was like a window where that was more tactical than it was just accidental, casting it in that area specifically. I'm kind of curious how the writer here worded other things. It seemed like the line he included for dialogue was pretty tame, all things considered.
Yeah, I feel like there should have been a lot more conversation here that we're not getting context behind. I was literally just thinking that. I was like, we don't really know exactly what was said, and we got like a bare minimum of what was said. So that makes me think that like maybe he was a little bit of the a-hole. I kind of want to say he was the a-hole. I kind of want to say he was the a-hole. I think I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little abrasive, especially for a new player, but again, this is a group of old friends, they said, so if he talks like this, not excusing aggressive talk, but you talk differently with your friends than you do people that you don't know that well, so he may have come across abrasive, but it could have also just been par for the course for these guys. It's hard to know.
I definitely took it more as it was blunt coming from a friend, because obviously if he was like on Roll20 or something, he's like, hey idiot, you're gonna get us all killed, that's really different than even this. And sure, this is still a harsh tone, but for old friends, I mean, this is very mild.
But also, he was new. He's a new player, so like, I want sympathy. I want sympathy for the new guy. I really want the sympathy for the new guy because like I'm new, so I know I'm gonna make mistakes. However, I have made really cool suggestions that veteran players did not think about. And like, because new players have a new perspective on how things run in a campaign, it's kind of important for us to kind of like let us live a little and like let us learn from our mistakes. I mean, because like, what if he was thinking, oh, I'll just put them to sleep so that way we have a higher chance, because the odds are, what did he say, 5-3, and we could turn it into a 2v2. Like though that could have that very well could have been the thought process, because again, we're newbies, we're new, we're thinking of what we have, we're learning how to use what we have. We're not thinking about everything in perspective. Like, we're only thinking of what we have to work with. And so that's why I'm kind of like, I think he was the a-hole on this one. I think he was. We didn't get a lot of context in the beginning, and it's a new guy. Be nice to the new guy. Be nice to the new guy.
I want to say, kind of to your point.
And overall, I think his concerns are valid. I think he probably could have handled it better, but as he said, it'd been a while so far in the game. People were getting tired and frustrated. Things happen, and the fact that he recognized that he was a jerk about it, but still pressed to not do it. Again, it comes down to how he said it, what their relationship is. But they do actually have an edit, too, of a screenshot from the gaming group chat. And
Wait. Hold on. I need a moment to read this. After a night of sleep, there's a joke here, I think. Oh, they're using real people names. I think I'm gonna blur that part of the screen because I don't feel comfortable. After I say there's a joke here. This person was mostly right. I was kind of an A about the whole sleep spell thing. My delivery was not very nice and no hopefulness. So I'm sorry, other person. I know you're over it. Just wanted to make sure you knew I'm a changed man. I want you to know I am a changed man. That's crazy. So you're saying I have one get out of jail free card for a sleep nightmare experience? Really, what I'm saying is you don't get put in jail at all. It's not how playing games with friends should work. We must be nice people and explain nicely when you haven't thought through something fully and not take it super seriously. And then at the bottom it just says, I think we'd all agree just to blame that guy. Okay, so it looks like they did apologize for their behavior, which is really good. That's a very healthy like D&D. When you have hard times and you go through things and emotions are high and people's feelings are hurt, but at the end of the day you can still come together and make amends. That's a good D&D group. So I don't back out on saying he's an a-hole, but I'm glad he's taking the initiative on making things better. That's a great start.
And it's the morning after where he's slept through it and kind of realizing that his delivery wasn't great. It was a lot more in the direction of frustration than helpfulness, and he was apologizing, and he basically says he should have let him do it because even if it leads to a TPK, that's part of what the game's about.
Yeah, and I think that edit really shines a good light.
Yeah, they say you should never be too attached to your character, your D&D character, because you never know when they're gonna die.
Light on it too. It's as simple as, hey, you know, these guys are old friends. If something's gray, they just reach out and say, hey, was that too far? Was that kind of fine? And it seems like most of them responded, yeah, we were frustrated. Things are okay. We'll just, you know, we'll blame the DM for making the encounter too hard. Haha. Yeah. And they kind of move on. So it really does seem like it was more the person here posted because he just wanted to make sure he didn't go too far.
Yeah, I don't think this guy with his intentions was the asshole. I think he went about it probably the wrong way, but in an understanding way. So I'm going to say like 50-50 if he's the asshole or not, but I say he's the asshole. I think he actually is like a bad guy who went into this with the intention to hurt somebody's feelings. I think it was just everyone was overwhelmed. They wanted to get through it and he didn't want it to turn into a TP. So it's to me a solid 50.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with the 50-50 for if he's the asshole.
I say he's the asshole.
Truth is, did he lose his temper? Definitely. Is he the asshole? Maybe.
Am I the asshole for basically killing my party member? So we have this campaign including 5 players plus a DM, which we've been playing for around 5 months. For most of us, it's our first campaign ever, and we still have our original characters. Well, until today. A few sessions back, we killed our first ARC BBEG and raided his place. My character was in one room by himself and took a spell scroll without telling anyone about it. The IRL players obviously knew, even though he couldn't read it, because I assumed it was a wizard spell scroll and he was a warlock. Also this, taking things without telling other people, isn't new in our party. Multiple members have done it multiple times, no one ever had any issues with it, and it seemed like the thing that our characters would actually do. Well, this session, we had a lot of combat, and one of my friend's characters didn't make it. The combat was hard, but if we had slightly better rolls or timing, we could have survived it. We still would have been really beaten up, but at least alive, which didn't happen, but our DM said something about how it didn't have to be that way, and that's basically karma. So after the combat ended, we begged him to tell us what he meant, and he gave us a minute to figure it out, after which he would tell us what we could have done if we didn't figure it out ourselves, in which case we would be allowed to do it. So everyone obviously panicked, including me, and started looking through our notes. I was pretty sure that I didn't have anything, and actually through a bit of metagaming, I knew that one of the other players also had seen the spell scroll and also couldn't read it. So I didn't really focus on it. Well, you probably could have guessed that the DM told us the spell was Revivify, hence the 1 minute.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Oh, okay. Are you kidding me? The DM, you don't give your players something without telling them what it is. If they don't write it down in their notes, that's on them. But just to hand them a scroll and be like, oh yeah, this is just some scroll that like some of you have, and not tell them what it is. Like a scroll of Revivify, something as important as Revivify? Come on, man. That's pretty important to tell your players. What?
Timer. And our fourth, not really sure how, second level cleric could have casted it. He also told us that the party is a family, so we shouldn't lie to each other and that being an edgelord never works out.
I have a problem with the line of the party is a family. When have you ever heard that being in a place with other people and being like a family was a good thing. Come on, if your workplace was like, we're like a family here, that's known to be toxic. And so the DM using that against you, being like, you guys are a family. No, we're not. DM, we're a bunch of strangers that met randomly. Come on.
After that, I felt horrible. I never wanted my friend's character to die, and I actually cried a bit even before I knew that it was basically my fault. And now I don't know what I should do. Am
That's
I
so
the asshole?
sad.
Honestly, first impression, I'll have to think about this a little bit more. First impression, the DM kind of comes off like one.
Yes. Yes. They
I
agree.
was thinking that too. Like, I get that taking things for yourself and not telling the party isn't the best thing to do, but since he says they all do it and it's never been a problem, sometimes that's just the group that you have.
Yeah.
Like, if you're playing a group that consists of 3 rogues and 2 outcast spellcasters, they're probably going to be looking out for themselves and taking things that nobody else notices. That does happen in games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very common.
But also, if it's just a funny bit that you guys have, like, it's just a funny bit. Like, it's just a funny little bit that all of you have. Come on.
Especially if session
DM,
0 or
do
just
better.
the precedent has been set before that, hey, you can snag stuff for yourself. I'm going to help you keep secrets. There'll be fun reveals later in the story. It seems like the DM, to a certain extent, went along with it, because obviously it seems like the players never metagamed, and they did themselves, so they didn't really mind that he took this random scroll. And the DM's almost doing like a gotcha to make them feel guilty that, oh, this scroll you stole this one time, after like 5 other scrolls have been stolen over the course of the campaign. This was the one that single-handedly killed your party member. So I'm kind of wondering if like the DM was sick of it and just wasn't communicating it well, so then...
Okay, but if the DM was sick of it, like, talk to your party members. Just talk to them.
He
do better.
The scenario.
Yeah, and again, it just kind of feels like the DM, like you said, is making the situation happen. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the scroll wasn't even revivified to begin with, because that's the kind of thing that the DM at that point could nudge, like, oh, by the way, you know, it doesn't look like wizard runes. It looks like it's written with, like, celestial, or it's got these holy symbols on it to indicate that it should go to the cleric. A scroll of revivify is a pretty big deal. To just
you can just hint. You can give hints as a DM. Guys, I have the best DM. He gives me all the hints because I'm so new.
Let that sit for several sessions in just one person's bag and they can't use it. So I feel like this person isn't doing anything wrong, assuming that everyone is truly okay with the just pocketing something small every now and then. But the DM's kind of putting them on the spot and making them take the blame for the dead party. And in reality, they had nothing to do with the party members' death.
Agreed. Yeah, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know what that feels like? You know what that feels? That feels like manipulation. Crazy, isn't it?
Those things where it's like, can the party learn a lesson about being stingy? Sure. Are they really being stingy if they never knew in the first place they had the tools? I don't know. Like you said, I don't really know if that makes sense as a punishment and a learning lesson that the player had to go through.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so many ways to get around the situation.
Okay, but also, literally, this just came to my brain. If you are a DM and you're getting upset that your players are doing a practical joke on each other, as little as stealing from each other, you're not going to survive as a DM, because your players genuinely will make your life hell. And like, I put that in a nice way, because the player and DM relation is like a very unique thing where you both want to like kind of pick at each other a little bit, like, get a little like petty and a little bit like, sassy. You just become like a little sassy towards each other. And like you as the player give your DM hell, and your DM gives you as the player hell. If you're getting upset over stealing from each other and it's not affecting you as the DM in any way, you're not gonna survive as a DM for much longer. I'm just saying.
There's so many things, even to just nudge the person. I mean, I do it all the time in my games. I don't run people's characters for them, but if they're scrambling around trying to find what the thing is that they could have done, then I could be like, hey, just by the way, as you're thinking about this, your character has this flashback to picking the scroll up. Like, it would be as simple as that.
Yeah.
And I would still teach them the lesson of, hey, let's not keep this kind of thing secret anymore because it almost got someone killed.
And there's actually a trick I've done before. I know it's not really rules as written, but let's say this character is, near the party and in the inventory the scroll's there. You could almost have the scroll have like a soft glow to indicate that it's eligible to be used in this scenario. I've done it for other things in the past, and maybe it's forcing the narrative a little too much, but people have railroaded for way worse things. So it's one of those things where if his pack has a soft glow and he opens it up, it's like, oh, it's the scroll, it's glowing, why? And then another party member looks and identifies it. I think that's almost a cool narrative moment, really.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt anything either. The scroll's still getting used. I mean, it's resource. If it did actually have Revivify to begin, he definitely intended for it to be used in a situation like this. And again, I know it comes back to the person took something specifically for themselves and the party didn't know, but instead they try and shift the blame onto this one person and say that the party's a family. You don't lie to each other. Being an edgelord never works out.
Family.
And it's like, yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from, but this is D&D. People lie. People are edgelords. It happens, and we shouldn't just beat someone down and gaslight them because they didn't know what a scroll did.
Yeah, and I just want to point out at the end as a quick shout out, I definitely don't think he's the asshole. And at no point in this post does any other player blame him. It's just the DM giving him a hard time. Not even the person who died.
Yeah, they don't even say that the person who died is like, well, damn it, dude, you could have saved me. It's not like that
Right.
at all. So the person, I don't think they're the asshole. But the DM, I think the DM's maybe a little bit of an asshole.
Yes, I agree. Player that made the post, not a-hole. I've declared it, not a-hole. The DM in the story, huge a-hole. All right, and that was it for Am I the A-hole? D&D Am I the A-hole, if you will. Let me know what your thoughts were in the comments down below. Should I do some more of these, like, more podcast style, like, reactions? Because I really liked listening to those stories, and I kind of want to like listen to some more. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing because it helps me out so much. I hope you all enjoy the new model. Let me know if you like it. And until next time, stay safe out there in the real world.